welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about 2025 trends. In this video, I'll touch on a couple popular themes that we're going to be seeing in the year of 2025, but I also really just want to focus on styling concepts that I'm going to be enjoying going into the new year. Outfit of the day, this top is thrifted. I'm actually making a video that's focused on thrifting all of my 2025 favorite styling concepts, favorite trends, so that'll come once I'm completed. I think that I still need to find bottoms. I found a lot of tops during my last shopping trip, and so my next thrifting haul, I hope to secure bottoms and dresses so that way I can make full outfits for you guys. First thing that I'm super excited about for 2025 is finding more empire waist dresses, specifically the ones that are sheer with buttons going up and down. I fell in love with empire waist dresses when I saw them on Catherine Zeta-Jones in High Fidelity. So there's this scene where she's having a party, and as she's moving around at this party, you can see that she actually unbuttoned the bottom portion of the dress, wore it with pants, and then cinched the waist. And I think that that silhouette is so much fun. I really think that it's very versatile. Wearing it with pants balances out the sheerness of the top, and I think that it's such a fun element, and that kind of leads into like one of the popular styles that we're going to be seeing throughout 2025, and that's the revival of like boho. And so there we're going to see a lot of like romantic elements, flowy fabrics, knit crochets, and a lot of emphasis on layering. And that's where I think that the buttons come in key, because this is very versatile. You can wear the dress, of course, on its own with like a sweater layered over it, or you can wear it over pants, over shorts, over skirts, and it just creates like a fun layering moment. For color trends that I'm excited about, the combination of baby blue and rich chocolate brown is really the most exciting to me. It's very refreshing, comforting, and nurturing, and I think that that's something that I'm really enjoying this winter. I bought like a baby blue cashmere off the shoulder sweater, and I'm loving layering it with brown satin pants. Cherry red is definitely the color that's like popular in like all the trend reports, but it's not one that I'm excited about, and so I'm excited to see rich chocolate brown with baby blue, but also shades of green and orange together. I also really enjoy green and purple. I think those elements of vibrancy and playfulness that really do it for me. I'm excited about just fun, new, interesting color combinations that are outside of like what's trending on platforms. Focusing back on like boho styling concepts, the art of layering is really going to be highlighted this year, whether you approach it from like a boho perspective or if you take like a more grungy route. Layering your basics is going to be very important this season. I think we're going to be focused on, as a whole, just finding clothes locally, you know, for many reasons. I think especially with boho, it's going to be so much fun to find romantic pieces at thrift stores and really just putting everything together and then going hard with like your jewelry and accessories. And I think that that's going to be a fun way of really reviving old pieces that you might have like forgotten or stopped caring about. So another style that's going to be very popular is Coco dressing, and so that's marked by very romantic pieces, very similar to boho, but I think that this is more of like a pearls and lush velvets kind of aesthetic, as opposed to boho where it's a little bit more free-flowing and sheery and lightweight. Added to me here, so basically for Rococo styling, we're going to be focused on like pastels, textured tights with like really cool patterns. This is very much something that was popular during like the Gossip Girl resurgence of like the late 2000s, early 2010s, and so those elements of like ornateness are something that we're going to be seeing a lot more in fashion. I also think that they're exciting because for a long time we've been focused on like capsule wardrobes, and people are just ready to be expressive and fun with their fashion and a little bit less concerned with being palatable to everyone. There are elements that I can take into consideration when I'm getting dressed, and there's definitely a place for like timeless style or like, you know, elevated basics or whatever, but there are just so many elevated basic brands that I think really make an excuse for not doing anything that's more ornate or stylish because it's cheaper. It's as opposed to taking the time to learn how to construct a dress, adding the right pins and boning to make sure that you're flattering the person that's wearing it. And so the Roberto Cavalli pants that go viral all the time around Coachella, those I cannot find on fast fashion sites. I can only find them vintage, and it's really because these companies do not know how to make them fast enough at the quality that can sell to a lot of consumers and still be profitable. Another styling concept that I think will be super exciting in 2025 is 60s mod. I think that we've seen silhouettes becoming more popular. The idea of building towards the future is still very much at the forefront of society, and so with people still being super excited about movies such as Interstellar and what it taught us about time travel and space, I think that bringing in elements that were traditional of the 60s, like chrome, and even the concept of colorful tights this season. I've seen colorful tights everywhere, specifically like reds and shades of blue, but I think that people are also having fun with the more metallic-y ones, and I think that it's like an easy way to amplify your style, which isn't going to be super daring. Like you can just change your outfit, take off the tights literally, and just wear the skirt by itself or the dress by itself, and it's not too far out there for people to attempt without being as intimidating as other styles. With the rise of toggle coats, it really begs the question, is the marching band Sgt. Pepper's aesthetic coming back? I think it's very in line with the 60s mod of it all, and I think that we're seeing silhouettes that are very like structured, and so it's not one of my favorites. I did give the toggle coat a try, and I personally wasn't a fan, for me at least, but I think like in a My Chemical Romance resurgence kind of way, it could be cool. And I know that headpieces have been very popular, whether it's like the knit scarves, silk scarves, etc. I'm really hoping to see a lot of eyelet scarves on your head or as like wraparound bandanas. I especially like the idea of beaded headscarves. I think that they are so cute, and of course you can buy them, but more importantly you should DIY them, so that way every like beaded item has like some kind of symbolism for whatever it is you're trying to represent, whether it's like the sardine and tomato girl, or if you're just more of like an oyster and champagne kind of girl, up to you. And with that, I'm gonna touch on the sailor theme. I don't know how many times we can talk about cable knit sweaters and fisherman sandals and keep it fresh. I find that all of these elements are always prevalent, like they're very classic Americana, so it's not fresh and fun for me, but it's going to be exciting to have it more accessibly in stores. In particular, I really liked these fisherman sandals from Bottega, and they've actually been on my wish list for almost a year, so probably will not get them because I feel like they're not really me. One of the best styling concepts to be popular this year that I hope carries into the next following years is the disappearance of the front tuck. I have like an hourglass figure, and so if I'm not cinched in, I kind of lose my shape, but that's, I think in my opinion, good. I like playing with silhouettes. I like having very voluminous skirts, voluminous sleeves, etc. And so the disappearance of the front tuck and just letting people wear the clothes the same as like a man might wear them, super cool, super exciting, and I think that it keeps things fresh. With these styling concepts, you don't need to go and buy anything. It's literally just put the sweater out of your jeans, be comfortable, have a fun day. Something else that I think is going to become popular in 2025 and moving forward is pretty undergarments. I think for a long time we've just been doing like the basics, just being very cozy, very comfortable, but I think there's going to be a resurgence and more popularity with things that are made of lace, that are constructed to be a lot more pretty, and especially with like the sheer trend coming back, it's going to be very important that whatever you're wearing underneath is also pretty and not just like a standard basic element. What I do foresee as being huge for next year, I think that it's going to come in a little bit more towards the end of the year, but plaid is definitely going to be everywhere. We are seeing many collections with plaid, and I think that it's one of those styles that never really goes out of style. It's one that I don't like to wear, but it is something that is interesting to look at, especially when you see it like restructured. So you take like a plaid top and turn it into a skirt. But yeah, those are some of the styling elements that I'm going to be enjoying next year. I think what I'm always focused on more than anything is, do I like the silhouette of what's coming out, as opposed to like what an individual trend concept represents. I think that I obviously pick from everything, and I think that's the beauty of living in this generation. You don't have to be only one thing. Like you don't have to just be like the rocker girl. You can also just be like the pretty bohemian girl, but you can also be like this classic Ralph Lauren type Caroline Bessette girl. As always, I think it's better to find things in your closet. Ask your mom, ask your grandma, aunts, sister, cousin, whatever, if they have any pieces that they're trying to get rid of that match your style. I personally asked my mom to see if she had anything suede that I could borrow for fall, and she actually lent me her jacket, and it's great quality, and I didn't have to spend any money. And of course, there's always going to be pieces that you can't find at the thrift, you can't find secondhand, and so that's when you just, you know, you do your research, you see that the materials are cool, and you make sure that it's constructed well, and then you can buy it. That wraps up this video. I hope you enjoyed this like brief overview of trends. I hate when things get like lengthy, so I hope that you guys don't mind that. But yeah, that's the video. I'm gonna wrap it up because my ring light keeps, you know, turning off. I didn't charge it before filming. It is what it is. But I'll see you guys next time. I think next week will be a vlog. Not sure, but we'll see.